This happened when I was 19. I wish I never opened that door. When I first moved out, I got a cheap apartment in a half-empty complex on the east side of town. The kind of place where every door looks the same, and the hallways smell faintly like cigarettes and bleach. I lived on the third floor, apartment 5A. Next door, in 5B, was a girl I saw maybe twice. Short brown hair, always wore the same hoodie, never made eye contact. The landlord said she was quiet and kept to herself. The first weird thing happened 2 weeks after I moved in. At around 1 a.m., I heard soft crying through the wall. Not loud, just steady, muffled sobs. It stopped after a few minutes, so I tried to sleep. But it kept happening, every night, same time. One night I decided to knock on her door. No answer. The crying stopped instantly. The next morning I saw the landlord outside and asked if the girl was okay. He froze for a second and said, "No one's lived in 5B for months." I laughed, thinking he was joking. But his face didn't move. He handed me the spare keys and told me I could look for myself. That afternoon, I unlocked 5B. The door creaked open to complete darkness. Dust everywhere, wallpaper peeling. No furniture, just a single mattress on the floor and in the corner, a small table with an old cassette recorder. When I pressed play, it clicked, whirred, then started playing a sound that made my stomach drop. It was the same crying I'd been hearing every night. Except this time, there was a man's voice whispering behind it, over and over. "Stop crying. You'll wake the neighbors." I ran out and called the landlord again, but when we came back 10 minutes later, the tape was gone. That night, the crying came back. Louder. Except it wasn't through the wall anymore. It was inside my apartment. I checked the bathroom, the closet, under the bed. Nothing. But when I turned off the light, I saw something written on the wall in faint red marker. "Stop crying. You'll wake the neighbors." I packed a bag and left that same night, stayed with a friend across town. A few days later, police tape covered the third-floor hallway. When I asked what happened, one of the officers said they'd found human remains sealed inside the wall between 5A and 5B. Turns out, the landlord had been renting out 5B to a tenant under a fake name. A man who'd vanished 2 years earlier after his girlfriend reported him for abuse, before she disappeared too. The audio tapes were his. The girl had never left the apartment. When they tore down the wall, they found her ID, her clothes, and the last tape, one that ended mid-sentence. You can hear her whispering, "Please don't hurt me. The neighbors can hear." The officer said the recording stopped at 1:02 a.m. That's exactly when I used to hear her cry.